MacBook. 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 It's time to fix a MacBook. MacBook. It's time to fix a MacBook. We're gonna fix a MacBook. We're gonna fix so many MacBooks. We're gonna cherry pick some MacBooks. Cherry pick all the easy MacBooks. MacBooks. We're gonna cherry pick some MacBooks. Cherry pick all the easy MacBooks. We're gonna cherry pick some MacBooks. Where do we find the easy MacBooks? All right. Hey everybody, so today we have a MacBook that's been picked at random that doesn't power on. I'm going to open this MacBook up. Now this person wrote their phone number and home address and everything on the computer, so I can't show you it as I take it apart, because if I do so, you'll have their home address, their phone number, and all sorts of other identifying information, and that's no good. Okay, what do we have in my live chat? What do we got? MacBook, what you gonna do? Indeed. Let's see, what type of cancer do we have on YouTube today? Do we has cancer? Or good chat? God, that was loud. You're not sleeping. I slept. How was your New Year's? Been better. Let's see. Do we have any cancer? Rob Brown is here. I have to package up some stuff for you. I have, let's see. Paul Daniels is here. Your staff pulled that sleeping act without your knowledge. No, I was fully aware that I was sleeping. How did you spend New Year's Eve? Lots of sleeping. I finally received my next batch of MacBooks to repair, says Paul Daniels. Nice ones. No touch bars, Paul? Send all missing PM Sleep S4L to Tim at TCRS. You know, that does sound that does sound like something I'd like to do. Okay, so you know what I need to do? I need to turn on my heater, because it's freezing in here. It is actually free. It's cold. Cherry picking is the best kind of random. There's no cherry picking here. Everything's random. Always random. Random, 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 random. Okay, I got my heater. Of course, we're going to put this on a separate circuit from the one where I'm fixing shit, because God knows that electricity will turn off. Yes. Shoot some heat my way. Shoot some heat my way. Good little heater. Good little space heater. Space heaters are important if you live in New York City, where your shithole landlord doesn't provide you any heat. Did you get a haircut? No, I did not. But thanks for noticing. What a kind person you are. May have to rethink my opinion of the Swedes. Okay, let's see what's wrong with this MacBook. Do you ever end up having that follow-up visit to the neurologist? Haha, no I haven't. I have been far too busy. At some point I will. So, let's get this camera looking straight. So it appears the DC-in board is unplugged from this MacBook. It appears the fan has the wrong screws in it in this MacBook. I am not the first one to be here. Or it appears that Nasera has the same level of insomnia that I do. She never sleeps. Ever. This MacBook has been abused. Who hurt you, MacBook? That's the wrong screw in the wrong hole. That's the long screw in the short hole. MacBook, who hurt you? What did they do to you, little MacBook? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, little MacBook. Lewis always gets the sloppy seconds. Lewis, in the MacBook world, Lewis gets the sloppy seconds. In his dating life, Lewis gets the sloppy 30 seconds. Or 34s. Or God knows how many. Someday, Lewis will get the first. What is wrong with this MacBook? Asked the man who thinks the forum is too expensive. Well, there's only one way to find out. Give me this. You're the screw that's supposed to go into the damn fan hole. And they put you over there. Poor MacBook. Why would they do that to you, little MacBook? Alright, so we're missing a DC-in cable here. So I'm going to get myself a DC-in cable so that I can do some testing. My God, it's freezing in the front of the store. Wow, that is cold. It is freezing up here. Jesus Christ, that's cold. Brr. Finally got my Dell Inspiron back from Geek Squad tomorrow. How can I tell if they took a paint stripper to the GPU? Open it up. Is the edge bonding still around the GPU? Does the board look overheated in that area? Same way you'll tell if somebody overheated your souffle. Take a look at it. Okay, we are going to put this MacBook at 18. Let's apply 18.5 volts to this MacBook and see if it turns on. It does not turn on. It uses 2 milliamps. So we're going to have to do a little bit of testing. Let's turn on Paul Daniels' software and hope that it works today. Every day is a surprise when you're using Paul Daniels' software. So we are going to open up a schematic for an 820-00165 board. Now, can anybody who is watching the stream tell me what it is we do when we have no power on a board? What is it that we have to do first? This is an 820-00165. We have a light on the charger, but it's not turning on, and it's not giving us a fan spin. What's the first thing that we should do? Thank you, Colossoraptor. I will continue to share my love for all things Apple with you. Now, somebody's being a good sport today. Everybody, somebody's being a good sport today for a change. That makes me quite happy. So, that is the right answer. The right answer is we check the power rails. So let's go over to the power rails page of the schematic. This is so much better when people are good sports. Alright, so we have to find the power rails page on the schematic here. This used to be on the older 2012 on page 3 or 4. Now it's on page 60-something because it's the most important section. And why would we put the most important section in the beginning when we could put it almost all the way at the end, where it's hard to find? Think different, baby. Think different. All right. So first rail we're going to check here is PP-Bus G3 Hot. Let's see where PP-Bus G3 Hot is on this motherboard. And it appears we can find it right here on this fuse. Let's take a look at that fuse and see what it is we're getting. Now we're supposed to be getting, according to the schematic, 8.6 volts. When we check over there, we get 8.59. Seems good to me. Let's continue down our list of power rails. Now, I'm not going to check the DC in rail. The DC in rail does not need to be checked. There's no reason to check the DC in rail. Because if we didn't have the DC in rail, if we didn't have this coming in, then we wouldn't have PP-Bus G3 Hot. So we need to go and take a look at the other rails. Let's check PPVRTC underscore G3 Hot over here. And it appears we have 3.34 volts there. Let's go and check PP5ES5. PP5ES5 can be found over here. Five volts. Next on the list, PP5ES4. Can be found over here. Hard to get to without a microscope, so we'll just drag our microscope out over here. PP5ES4 is missing. Wait, whoa. I think we just had a pulse. Or is that me dragging this over to the pin next to it? Okay, it's pulsing. So it's turning on, and then off, and then on, and then off, really quickly. So what does it mean when it is that our power rails are pulsing? What do we do at that point? Let's see if anybody in the chat has an idea. I can't use features that are spelled in this funny way, Paul. Like, what is this? What is this shit? Favor it's. Why is there a U over here? Can't you make a version of this program that like where it asks you, do you live in a country that spells things properly or not, so that we can get rid of this? This is offensive. What is this shit, Paul? Favorites. I bet you also say color. Color. It's color. Favorites. Crazy bastard. Okay. Check for shorts. Very good. So typically if the voltage is turning on and off, on and off, on and off, it means that there could be a short on either that power line or a line in front of it. So we're going to have to check for a short circuit on every single power line in this machine. Isn't that fun? Isn't that a great way to spend your evening? So let's check that out. So we're going to go through every single rail and see if any of them are shorted. Color. Analog. Fuck's wrong with you people? Your pretentious spelling of everything. It's proper English. Don't you mean proper? Alright, so we're going to check the resistance to ground on PP5ES4. 2.6 kiloohms. Not a short to ground. Next rail. PP5ESO. Let's find PP5ESO. Absolute, complete, and utter fucking savages you all are. There's no excuse for this savagery. Alright, PP5ESO is 25 kiloohms to ground. Alright, let's check PP3V3S5. Are you pulsing? This is the crappiest problem because checking every single rail for a short to ground is time consuming and a pain in the ass. I'm sure it could be automated if I had unlimited amounts of money, I'd probably find some way to automate this. Alright, we're gonna try PP3V3S4 next. Let's see if you're shorted, mofo. Came to donate, stayed for the putting of the Brits in their place, says Colossaraptor. Why don't you spell it Raptour? R-A-P-T-O-U-R. Spell it Raptour. So it matches everything else. 9 kiloohms on PP3V3S4. Now we try PP3V3 sus. Oh, measuring power rails, do you have to check every single one? Yes, Nasera. This is not one of the fun ones. This is definitely not one of the fun boards. This is a board that I would typically give to Paul, but we promised that we're not going to treat Paul like shit anymore and give him all the boards that we don't want to do. So I am going to do it myself. Why not use the infrared camera and look for a pulsing heat spot? That's a good idea, Paul Daniels. I would have to get up to do that. So I'm kind of doing this because I'm being lazy. Also, I'm not expecting a lot of pulsing heat at 20 milliamps. Like it's cycling between 10 and 20 milliamps, Paul. So you're right. If it was at a higher amperage that it was power cycling, I'd definitely check it. But at 20 milliamps, I'm just not expecting much. PP3V3S3 is not giving us a short to ground. I thought your automation was putting it in the Paul pile. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We're trying. I want to keep the quality people. Like Steve is a quality individual. Paul is a quality individual. This new dude, Camille, is turning out to be, he has potential to be a quality individual. I'd like to keep these people. So, and I don't think I'm going to keep them if we treat them like shit. And I admittedly did get a little used to giving Paul all the shit jobs, and it became a meme, and it should stop being a meme. It's best if we don't give people things that make them want to quit if you want to keep them as employees. And I was being a shit doing that. I'm going to stop that. It's not right to be a shit. 72 kiloohms there. Piernov is here. Piernov is one of the high intelligence people in my chat. All right. The SSD, this is kind of a sub-rail. I don't really care about this, especially since the SSD is not even plugged in. I don't think this is going to be relevant, but I'm going to check it anyway. No. It's not good to give Pauls shit. We're going to one of my New Year's resolution is to give the Pauls more respect. The respect that they deserve. Respect Pauls. Okay, next rail is going to be this Thunderbolt power one. We're going to respect the Pauls more. $21 kiloohms. PP1V8S3. Okay, we're getting to the end of the list here. And if there's no rail shorted to ground and there's no signs of liquid or physical damage, then we'll be at the point where we give this to Paul. Next up, PP1V2S3. Are you really working on an 820-2249? Really? Piernov, all of that intelligence that you have in your head and you're wasting it on that board. Why? Why are you doing this to yourself, man? That's not shorted. Did you buy 4K equipment with your Zcash money? No, because you can't do 4K in a microscope camera, apparently. So check this out. Remember when I said I was going to get new lenses? So I was going to get the new lenses just because I wanted to get something of higher quality. And I got a new lens for this camera, and I got a new lens for the overhead camera. And Paul and I did a side-by-side comparison, and with $700 lenses, we could not tell the difference between that and the kit lens. It was completely indiscernible difference. Zero difference at all. So I decided to return them. And I priority mailed them back, signature confirmation, and the post office lost them. So not only do I not have the lens, but I don't have the money, because when I returned them, they fucking lost it. So I'm a little sore about that. But, oh well. And now, I have been looking into 4K microscope cameras, but I emailed that dude that has the PhD in them that Paul Daniels referred me to, and he was explaining to me how it's impossible to get 4K in a microscope. Just the optics don't work. Like, there's not space in here to get 4K lines, so it's literally impossible. What I would want to do is get a better lens for up here, but now I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of sad about it since I lost like $700 from the fucking post office. Pissed me off. Anyway. What I did get is I got a second capture card, and I got a camera that I'm going to put above Paul's desk and the one next to me. But yeah, that makes me sad. I've heard that I have heard that sometimes a lost package will magically get found if you put your phone number in and you ask to be alerted every time there's an update, that sometimes that magically kicks the package along, but that's probably not going to work. Isn't the package insured? No, I didn't insure it because the last 3 packages that I filed an insurance claim on, I got denied. 1 was lost, 2 were broken, and each time there was some bullshit excuse they had to not deal with the claim, so I just figured, fuck it. There's no point in insuring it if they wind up coming up with an excuse to not pay you when you file a claim anyway. I guess it's pointless. Anyway, so let's check the next rail. Let's see, I think PP0V6 DDR-VTT. Yeah, the thing about insurance is this, is that insurance is only worth it if they will actually pay out a claim, and you can trust them to pay out a claim when you file it. If you can't, then insurance is completely and utterly worthless. Human eyes can't process the full potential of 4K. That's not true, and that's total bullshit. Where the fuck are you pulling that out of your ass? The local postmaster should be able to get the ball rolling on that for you. Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're rushing for that one. Oh, yeah. That's what the postmaster lives for. Okay, PP1V05SO. That seems correct for that rail. So, on this machine, we've been through every power rail. We went through every rail, and it doesn't work. Which means this board that got opened by somebody else is screwed. Rest in pieces of crap. And not much I can do. The only thing I could do at this point, really, is give it a visual inspection and see if anything looks funny. Is there no insurance against insurance non-payments? If you want to hear a real funny insurance story, this is what really turned me off to insurance. So check this out. In the beginning, I thought, I'm going to do things properly. I'm not going to be like those other business owners. I'm going to do things properly. So I got an insurance policy from the Hartford. It was an insurance policy for business loss of income. The idea behind this policy is if something happens that affects your business's ability to make money, and so if you're not able to do business, it would cover you for the money that you would have made during that time period that you could not because your business was down. So I got this business loss of income insurance, and in 2012, there was a hurricane. Now, the hurricane did not flood my store, but there was an explosion at a power plant nearby that caused there to be no electricity in this location for about 3.5 to 4 days. So this is an electronics repair shop. One of the things that we need in order to repair electronics is light and electricity. If we don't have electricity, we can't work. So I was paying for this insurance, so I decide, I call up the Hartford, I figure out all the information how to file my claim, and the claim gets denied. And I was kind of curious as to why it got denied. And they said, we don't cover water damage. And I'm like, what kind of Apple shit is this? This is not water damage. This is a business loss of income claim because I didn't have electricity. And they said, no, you don't understand. It is because you couldn't do business because of a lack of electricity. Our research shows that the power plant blew up because of water damage from the hurricane. As a result, your business was not able to do business due to water damage. And as you can see on page whatever the fuck of the contract, we don't cover things related to water damage, so you're not covered. And what bothers me about insurance is that the average individual that's purchasing insurance for themselves, whether it's health insurance or whether it's health insurance or whether it's business loss of income insurance, is that we're business people. We're customers. We're people that just want to be able to go to the doctor. We're people that, we're not individuals that can read through a 100-page contract with a fine-tooth comb that's written in legalese to figure out what it is that's not covered. The insurance company is always going to win there. Insurance is set up. The entire reason that insurance is profitable is because they're designed to take in more money than they ever pay out, which means that you're likely going to get the short end of the stick. Now, I've had people say, no, you don't understand insurance at all. It's so that if something catastrophic happens that you could never pay for, that they pay for it. What if they don't pay for it? What if page 77 of the contract has some bullshit in it like that so that you pay for the insurance all those years, but they don't pay out because you don't understand the legalese? Well, then you go to court. What if you lose because you didn't? Well, then you should read the contract. But how many people can understand that fucking contract? Very few of them. So for me, my idea of insurance is I put money in my bank account so that if something happens, if I get fucked, then I pay out a goddamn claim to myself. And I don't gotta worry about filling out some fucking bullshit and praying to God that they decide that they're going to pay out out of the goodness of their heart. Because they're probably not. So, now, we're going to take one more look over this board. The power plant blew up because of liquid fucking damage. Fuck you, Hartford Insurance. Fuck you. Never get insurance through the Hartford. Never, ever, ever get insurance through the Hartford. Terrible scum-sucking company. Okay. This board has no observable sign of damage, which means that this board most likely has a cracked tray somewhere that I can't see, bad CPU, or something warped in one of the layers. Either way, this is not going to be solvable. This is most likely not going to be solvable. So we are going to move on to the next board. Life insurance is one of the biggest scams on earth, Raphael. That is genuinely one of the biggest scams on earth. I pay money while I'm alive so that when I die, other people get money. I love you all. I think you're all great people. I wish you the best. I really do. Once I'm dead, I don't give two shits of a fuck about any of you. Because I'm dead! I'm not going to pay money while I'm alive for other people when I'm dead. No. Okay. Next board. This board is gone. Try the thermal camera, come on. It's gonna be a waste of time, man. Fine. 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 Just to please you. We'll try the damn thermal camera. It's not gonna get us anywhere at 20 milliamps. It's not gonna get us anywhere at 20 milliamps. Where did I put the thermal camera? Where'd Paul put the thermal camera? Here, little thermal camera. Here, little thermal camera. Psst, 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 psst. Here, little thermal camera. I've got a short for you. You want to eat a short, little thermal camera? Where'd you go, little thermal camera? Where'd you go? Come here, little thermal camera. Come here, little thermal camera. Ah, here we go. Right in front of me. Aren't I a fucking idiot? All right, so. Does this really not reach over? Wire! Wire! Damn it! Where are you going? There. Oh, you fuck. Okay. No. Shit, where'd the plug for the thermal camera go? Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Okay. Thermal camera. Okay, now to show you what a waste of time this will be. Ready? Alright, so we have minimal heat coming out of this chip over here. When it boot loops, this chip goes to 20... Oh wow, 23 Celsius. Now, we could start randomly removing shit from the board. See that? Right over here. The only thing that beeps. This hot one on the bottom right is the ISL 6259. So that creates power, the PP-Bus G3 hot rail, which powers the entire machine. So I'm expecting that to get a little warm. That's supposed to be hot. So the only thing that gives me any sort of real pulse is this thing. And it's not pulsing to a high temperature. It's not pulsing to something ridiculously hot. That chip is memory for the webcam. Now, I could remove that thing, but it's not going to fix anything. See this over here? So this is not, this is junk. Don't get tricked. Don't get tricked into removing the camera memory chip. I've done that before. It's dumb. It's never the issue. You think video games cause violence? No, they don't. People cause violence. Parents cause violence. Bad parenting causes violence. Video games don't cause violence. South Park doesn't cause violence. Bad parenting. Bad parenting. Bad parenting causes violence. Video games do not cause violence. Video games allow bad parents to have something to blame their bad parenting on. But video games do not cause violence. Shit parenting does. Okay. So we are going to toss this thing where it belongs. And do another MacBook. Another MacBook. This MacBook needs to go away. That MacBook needs Jesus. All right, what else do we have in our queue? And here I thought I was cherry picking. Here I thought I was cherry picking. No cherry picking for Lewis. Favorite South Park character? Kyle. 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 Definitely Kyle. Okay, next MacBook. Next MacBook. Let's open, screws are inside, and E12. Next MacBook. Cartman. Backlight issue. Here we have a MacBook. This MacBook claims to have a backlight issue. Let's see what this MacBook is doing when we turn it on. I think politicians cause violence. How many times have you wanted to hit them on the nose for saying or doing something? I haven't wanted to hit many politicians on the nose. Okay, let's turn this MacBook on and see what it does. I see an apple on the screen, but I don't see a backlight. It's cold in here. It's freezing. cold. Backlight tubes. Wow. This is a trackball. This is the best type of pointing device. I'm debating getting a TV for my apartment so that I have a screen that I could watch movies on, but also edit video on and play games on. I was looking at this LG. Let's see. I actually bought it and then canceled the order out of guilt because I feel like, what the Hey, let me show you what I got. I bought this thing and then I canceled it thinking there's no way in hell I deserve this shit. And I think it just went up by $500 after I did that. Let's see. Someone please make a bot that counts how many times Solo says MacBook in a stream. I'll be. This piece of crap actually went up $500. Wow. Don't I feel dumb? Let's see. Or did it? Ah, here it is. This would be such a cool TV. Much OLED. I got a bunch of things from my apartment recently to kind of make it into an apartment. But did you change your CPU cooler on your Threadripper build? Yes, but if I told you what it is, you'd laugh at me. Okay. So nothing here looks that bad. The first thing that I'd want to do is check out the backlight voltage, because different backlight voltages will mean different things. Where is ThinkPad? That ThinkPad keyboard got tossed in the trash. So it uses a micro USB cable over here. Micro USB, and it was constantly popping out, because that's what micro USB cables are going to do. And it was driving me up a fucking wall, so I tossed that thing. I had a good nap. Absolutely no regrets, says Adam. I got last year's LG OLED for my folk. CNN logo is now burned in. Do OLEDs have burn-in? That's lame. Okay, anyway. What do we get for voltages? Backlight is legit 0 volts? Try turning you back on. Interesting. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is see if there's a short circuit to ground on the backlight circuit, which is going to be on pin 1. And we have no short circuit to ground, which means we're going to take the board out. OLEDs have burn-in. Well, I sure hope my OLED, if I get one, doesn't have CNN logo burned into it. Alright, so while I'm taking this, I gotta take this board out of the case. So while I'm doing that, what TV should I get myself? Most of what I would be using it for is really just playing games, video editing, and the occasional movie. I'm going to be using it as a computer monitor. So I have a recliner, I'm going to have my 2 speakers, and I can't have a monitor really up close to me, because then it's going to be like a desk. I've always liked the recliner set up with a large monitor in front of me. What do you think? This TV? Dio Brando says no, but that doesn't tell me much. No. How far are you sitting from it? That's like 6, 7 feet maybe. I haven't measured exactly. I would adjust it and mess with it. Probably 6 to 8 feet away. Probably like who am I kidding? It's going to be at least 8 feet away. Then older models drop in price. That sounds like the end of a sentence, but I don't see the beginning of it. I've seen LG OLEDs get burn-in from just the Windows taskbar. OLEDs have burn-in issues. Okay, so I think I would kill myself. I would scream and break shit if a $2,500 TV got burn-in. So perhaps not getting this one is the right thing to do. QLED where it's at, somebody said. TVs are horrible for monitors. I used to play... You want to see what I used to... KDS. I used to use this as my computer monitor. You guys are going to laugh your ass off at me for this one. This was my computer monitor. Ready? Ha! I had that thing in 2006, I think. Oh, yeah. Look at that, baby. Fucking beautiful rear projection television. I should probably just get a PC monitor and a wheeling stand or something. All right, time to try with test assembly. Here we have test assembly. Ahem. Turn on, mofo. Same shit. Turns on backlight for a second, then turns it off. Okay, so oh wait, I had the sleep sensor close to the magnet. That was dumb. All right, let's try that again. Forgot about the sleep sensor. Let's try you again. Nope, same thing. It turns itself off. All right, so the first thing I'm going to want to do here, since we don't have a short to ground and it doesn't work with a test display, is we're going to look for something called SMC lid. SMC lid is going to be a signal. Let's find SMC lid. Where are you? SMC lid is a signal that's going to present itself when the computer is open, and then it goes away when the computer is closed. It's going to be in this area over here. Let's see if Paul Daniels' software will bring me to SMC lid. Here we go. So I can check SMC lid right over here. So we're going to see if SMC lid is high. We need SMC lid to be high, because if SMC lid is not high, then the system will think that the lid is closed and not create a backlight. As can be seen here, SMC lid is high. So the system should be creating a backlight, but it's not. That's bullshit. Okay, I'm just going to unplug the SSD so that it so it doesn't try to put itself to sleep. And we're going to go do a couple of test measurements. So let's visit the backlight circuit. Now, how is it that we would find the backlight circuit on this? So let's say I would go to the screen connector. It's going to be right here. And here we're going to find PPV out LCD backlight. It's going to lead us to this circuit over here. All right, so there's a couple of things that we're going to be searching for and checking for here. First is going to be that we have these data lines over here that go between the screen and the LED driver on pins 15 and 16. Respectively. On pins 15 and 16, that is going to go to pins 3 and 4 of the LCD connector. These are data lines, and these are pulled up by R7752 and R7753. They are pulled up to PP5 ESO, which is 5 volts, so I should be seeing about 5 volts on each of those data lines. So I'm going to double check and see what I'm getting there on those two data lines. I'm going to probably need a microscope to check these two pins without touching the surrounding ones. The fan is blowing air at me and it's cold. I have 4.6 volts there and 4.6 volts there. So I think that's good. If it is communicating with the screen. Now what I'm interested in seeing is what happens if I unplug the screen. So I just unplug the screen, and those should be pulled up all the way to 5 because there's nothing there that could be pulling it down. And I get 5.2 and 5.2. Alright, so the screen is indeed able to communicate with the system. So now we're going to look up the rest. Let's turn this thing back on. Turn the board over. I'm going to look at a couple of other things by the LED driver circuit. I just got paid today, so have some of my money. I love listening to your videos when I'm working, doing the pile of dishes that gets left after the night is done. Keep up the good work, Lewis. Have a good year. Thank you very much. Wow, that's very nice of you. That's too kind. So, the first thing we need to see is U7700 receiving the power it needs to turn on? That's supposed to be on pins 5 and 18. So on pin 5, I should be getting 5 volts. Which I am. And then on pin 18. So chip is getting the power it needs to turn on. Next up, I want to see if it's being told to turn on. So it's getting the power it needs to turn on, but let's see what we get at Backlight Enable. We're going to check over here. Backlight Enable is 3.4 volts. All right, so it's being told to turn on. Next up, we're going to check and see if this transistor is opening. Q7700 is a P-channel MOSFET, meaning that it's only going to open if the voltage in the gate, pin 3, is lower than the voltage at the source, pin 4. So let's look for Q7700 and check for the voltage on pins 3 and pins 4. Aha, pin 3 is 12.5. The LED driver is not telling this to open. Now, there is a couple of reasons that could be happening. Could be a bad LED driver, could be an issue with current sensing. So, there is a current sensing resistor here, R7700, and it's going to sense this system over here with this LED driver is going to sense how much current is going through the system after the fuse. And if it thinks too much is going through because there's too much of a difference in the voltage from this side of the resistor to that side of the resistor, it's going to turn off. So let's just make sure all those pathways are good here. And that's going to be on pins 11 and 10 of the chip. 11 and 10. So obviously if I'm going to measure resistance, I got to turn the power off. Let's see. What do we have here between pins 11 and 10? Damn, this is not easy to measure the resistance here. .5. So current sensing circuit is doing its job. Nothing is corroded here at all. Yet this is not opening. What could be wrong here? Let's take a look at the LCD connector. That's pointless, Strike JK. It's not being told to open. Why would it open if it's not being told to open? Nope. We are at 3.4 volts in SMC lids, so it's not a Hall sensor. Now, imagine that. This is something we would have never seen if we didn't remove the LED driver. Now, let's see if as somebody watching is paying attention and can tell me what it is that's wrong with this MacBook's backlight. Ugly pad thing. Very good. Now, what is that pad going to be for? One way to find out. We're going to check the schematic in the board view, and this is a really trolling board because we would have never seen that. There was no sign of corrosion to let us know that that was there. Now, if we look, this is for LCD backlight feedback, following the very same failures that occur in many other MacBooks. The feedback pad of the chip is burned over here. And if we look at what LCD feedback is, that is going to be going to this voltage divider over here, which takes the voltage from the output and sends it back to the chip so that it can see what it's creating. This is a DC to DC boost circuit. It's going to be switching constantly in order to take a low voltage like 12.5 and turn it into a high voltage like 36 to 50. However, if it doesn't know what it's creating, it's going to want to stop out of safe reasons. So let's say you're driving in your car and somebody throws a towel over your face. You're going to smash on the brakes because if you can't see where you're going while you're speeding yourself up, you're going to want to stop. And the same is true for this. It's not going to produce a backlight if it can't see what it's creating. That's why we got a pulse in the beginning instead of nothing. We got that quick pulse, and then it would decrease the voltage because it couldn't see what it was creating, and that was because this pad over here is burned because it's a MacBook. Now, why did this pad go burning? Why did this pad burn? Why did this circuit die when there are no signs of corrosion, no signs of liquid damage, no signs of physical damage, no sign of anything that had ever been abused in this MacBook whatsoever? Why did that pad just magically burn? Because it's a MacBook. It's a MacBook. Of course it's going to randomly break for no reason. It's a Mac. It's a Mac. It's a Mac. So, let's fix this little MacBook and make it all better again. Do a little bit of scrapey scraping. A little bit of scrapey scraping. And we're going to reveal the copper below the corrosion. Look at that. Nice copper. Now, we're going to add some flux. So let's see if you are paying attention. Why is it that the pad died even though there's no liquid or physical damage? Why did the pad just decide that it was going to burn itself up? Why, out of nowhere, did that occur? It thought different. It sure did. It dared to think different, and then it died. So something I've been thinking about doing for the 1 million subscriber special, I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but I've been thinking of taking this show on the road. What do you think of, let's say we had a huge projector and a table and a bunch of broken MacBooks, and we had in some sort of bleachers where we could have like an 1,000-person audience watch the show, and have something like that at some venue in Manhattan for the 1 million subscriber special. So when I say, what is the problem with this board, everybody could actually yell out, or we could have specific guesses where different people have microphones, or something like that. I'm just going to reinforce that pad with a wire. So it's... because we have about 6 months to go until we are at 1 million. And that's going to be that's quite the number. I always thought that I would have about 200 to 300 subscribers at most. Like the max I ever thought would be that of the repair shops that exist, like if all 300 repair shops that do this stuff worldwide, that do, you know, component level stuff on MacBooks watched, maybe I would get 300. That's if I got every single one of them to watch. So that was actually my high estimate when I started doing this. My high estimate was maybe if I become explosively popular, I'll have 3,000 subscribers. I mean, 300 subscribers. Like a Rossmann convention. Perhaps. Perhaps. RossCon. Yeah. RossCon. Where people named Rossmann con you out of their money. RossCon. The Rossmann Foundation. What if I name it after my cat? I'll name the meetup after my cat. We could call it the Clinton Foundation. It's a great idea. Clinton Con. I could have my kitty as a guest. Damn it. Keep losing the damn diode. I'm kind of curious who would actually show up to this, if anybody would at all. How many people watching this stream would show up to a series of live shows, or a live show in person? Like where we had a stage, we'd have all the MacBooks there, we'd have a setup, we'd have all the donor boards, and we'd have maybe 1,000 or 2,000 people in an audience. I'm kind of curious if this is a good idea or a complete and utter waste of time. It could be in Manhattan. Of course, HAKKO wouldn't be invited because he's a traitor. Paul Daniels would be the guest of honor. Paul Daniels would definitely be a guest of honor. I would pay for Paul Daniels' hotel and flight from Australia, and for his food and all of his stuff, for being one of the people to like really get involved in the industry and put a lot of effort into making things better with his software. So I'd love to have, I would be above thrilled to have Paul Daniels have his own booth as a guest of honor. Nasara would be able to have her own booth, talking about how she was able to put MobileFix out of business in just 6 months. Paul would definitely be there. Paul Daniels would be showing off his new software on stage. Hopefully it would go better than Windows 98 and the BSOD thing. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. And there goes my jumper. Ah, well, we'll fix that in a moment. I would definitely try to fly out Duke as a guest of honor. Duke would definitely be a guest of honor. Duke was an inspiration to me in this field, so I would absolutely have Duke out as a guest of honor. Paul will have a booth that everybody can bring their PM Sleep S4L missing boards to. I'm thinking Paul would actually have a booth with a Zalmao, so that Tim and everybody could bring their boards that have dead CPUs and Paul could just replace them all. As a show, not so well. As a booth, sounds good. Do the event in front of an Apple store, so when customers buy a MacBook, they could give it to you to fix. Whoa, that... No, Central Park. What if we do the show live in Central Park? What if we do it right across the street from the 59th Street Apple store? How close is that to Central Park? Could I set up a little gas-powered or battery-powered soldering setup right across the street from an Apple store and have an audience outside? Oh, that would be so cool. That would be so... I have to... Can I get a street permit for this? Has anybody ever tried to get a street permit for this? That would totally be worth getting a street permit for. We would definitely have to get a street permit for that. But that would be so cool. Have people go to the Genius Bar and first get quotes and then fix their stuff. That would be fun. They'd call the police on you. Man, what if I had a permit, though? Okay, let's see if this board works now that we fixed our feedback. Where's the permit? Visitor info permits. Large group permit. Permit is necessary for any event, picnics, weddings, ball games, gatherings, or celebrations. People in attendance. You can apply for these permits in the New York City Parks and Recreation website. All right, so let's see. If we do 5th Avenue Apple Store, let's see. Where? Google Maps. Street View. Where's Street View? I feel like such a noob. How do I get Street View? Street View, Street View. My wife wants to go to your live show now, says Todd. Wow. Well, she's invited. Okay, how do you get Street View of an address? Directions, what's here, search nearby, measure distance. I know the button's right in front of me and I'm missing it like a fucking idiot. Oh, Open Broadcaster was covering it, wasn't it? View, no, is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, Open Broadcaster window is covering it. Street View. Pick highlighted areas to see pictures. Okay. Here we go. So, where is Apple Store? Show me Apple Store. Okay, this is Apple Store. So where would I set up my cart? So I don't think this counts as Central Park. Yeah, Central Park is all the way over there. That's too far away. How do I set... I need to get a permit to set my shit up like right here at a table and have all the people around the fountain. Something... Let's see. Okay, that's the Apple Store. The app. So let's see. Is there a street vendor inside here? Because if there's a street vendor inside here, then that means that somebody was allowed to get a permit. So I'm looking for like a hot dog vendor or something. Does anybody see a hot dog vendor? Hot dog vendor? Let's see. Nah, I don't see any hot dog vendors. Wait, here we go. Hot dog. Hot dog. Okay, how far is this dude from Apple Store? This guy was able to legally get a permit. Bam! Here we go. Here we go, folks. That guy was able to legally get a permit, and where the hell did I go? Shit. I went away. Damn it. Damn it. Where was the hot dog guy? I just had hot dog guy and I lost him. All right. Okay, so we know that you're able to get a permit for a street vendor right around here. So... We got like a good 6 months for this idea. I work for a TV station. We just got a set of live packs. I wonder if I could convince them to send me to this and do a live piece. That permit probably costs 7 figures a year. Do it as a charity. Yeah, that would actually that would make it easier to do. That would make it easier to do if we did it as a charity. Okay, so I need to get a street permit to have my little cart. My little cart will be my MacBook repair cart. I'd have to invite Jessa. I would need Jessa to help me with the phone side of things. I would need Paul to be there because I solder like shit. But yeah, this could be good. And the thing is, we'd also have to set up... I think what we could do is we could do a mobile cart repair event. And then we could also have some sort of, instead of doing a live show, we could have a little cart for the repair event, and then we could have some sort of party nearby. And then the party would be the celebration of the 1 million. And this, now the funds from the party, let's say we charge 20 or 30 bucks for the tickets for the party, that could fund the permit to have my little live truck, my little repair truck. This is cool. This is cool. I'm going to do it. I'll fucking do it. This is going to be great. All right, first let's see if we got a backlight on here. And we'd have to have a runner to go back and forth between the store and there, since God knows we're going to need things brought back and forth that we forgot. Now let's see if we got a backlight. Will you bring the crest? Absolutely. Reserve spots for ice. Oh, yeah. What about Dave from EV Block? I don't know if I'd be willing to pay for him to visit. Like, I would be willing to pay to have somebody like Paul Daniels visit because he coded all my software, or Duke visit because he was an inspiration who helped me out a lot. I like Dave Jones. It's just I don't think I'd be willing to pay $2,000 or $3,000 for him to show up. Not saying I don't like him, but he doesn't have that kind of direct relation. Like, if he wanted to show up, I'd, you know, that's cool. It's just I wouldn't pay for his airfare the same way I would for Paul Daniels or Duke. As you can see, we have a light on the screen, meaning that our little jumper wire has fixed this, so the feedback happened to blow up. Why the feedback blew up and there's no liquid damage or no physical damage? It's a Mac. I can't tell you that. But what I can do is run a jumper wire and fix it for you. Take your money. Or, if you don't want to give me your money, because I'm a New York City jackass with a douchebag accent, you could follow the instructions in my video, and all the other videos just like it that you'll find down below, and fix it yourself. And that's it for this one, and I hope you learned something. With that, let's move on to the next MacBook. Man, that would be so cool. Roscon. This would be so cool. Just get, yeah, we have to get a permit. We'll get a, I gotta look into getting a permit. This is a real incentive for me to do all the training right so that I don't have to sit here and fix boards all day and do normal store business crap, so that I have time to focus on this. Because this would be cool. This would be such an event. This would be a genuine, this would be awesome. This would be so cool. Oh man, this would be great. There could be people going into the Apple store saying, "Hey, this guy will fix it for you." And then we could have a party later when we're done fixing everything. It could go terribly, or it could go really great. But there's only one way to find out. Nasera could be out there holding a signs. You know how they have people that wear the sign? I'm thinking Nasera could be the person that's like wearing the sign that says, "Go over here." Like the person that's where they say Subway restaurant, half a block down. Paul Daniels would be there, reballing SMCs properly. Sounds like a good way to get trespassed out of an Apple store. I volunteer to be removed from an Apple store. I will try from Detroit to be there. I second the live show in front of Apple. Thank you. If you had, the other thing is, it would be cool to find a way to actually cover this live. Maybe that's part of what Paul could do. Paul could be part of the production team that helps me film this live. Because I have capture cards. My laptop has a 6-core Xeon inside. Yeah, it has a 6-core Xeon, I believe. So I could, and I have the capture cards. I just got to get the Thunderbolt 3 to PCI Express enclosure so that I'd be able to power that damn thing. And I have enough camcorders and wireless microphones and all that. So we could definitely come up with a way to record this, and we could switch between the sources, like the camera that's inside the truck, outside the truck. This would require a lot of planning, but I think we can totally do it. We could definitely pull this off. We just need to find somebody who's willing to wear the sign. Somebody would have to walk around wearing the sign. I volunteer, Nasera. Okay, so this is fixed. Do you even have a card? By the way, this is a donation to the Clinton Foundation. Thank you. I don't have a card. I actually don't have any of the equipment required for this. So this is going to be, I don't even have a car. I don't have a driver's license, really. I have no idea how the fuck to set something like this up. Live piece Teradex 655 675 cubes. What's Teradex 655? Let me Google that. Some encoding thingy. Yeah, I don't know how to do any of this crap live. This would all have to get figured out. But I do know it'll be fun. Happy New Year. Thanks for all. Thank you. All right. With that, we move on to the next MacBook. Next MacBook. I could actually use some food at this point. I should order some food. I am hungry. I do not wish to fix another MacBook until I am fed. What can I get to eat? Okay, so we'll do the next MacBook in just a second. First, I gotta get something to eat. Paul can drive a truck. Paul actually has a truck. Wait, we could use Paul's truck for this. Paul won't mind. Paul loves letting me borrow his things. I always treat them nicely. We could use Paul's truck. This is a great idea. Food. Need to get some food. Let's see. What should I get? I have a Sprint-based LT gateway. If you decide to do this, I gladly loan it to you for a spell. Awesome. I'll even provide a U-Haul for you to work. Thank you. Another MacBook? I'm shocked. Adam from Discord is asking you if you will fly all the mods out to Roscon. Yeah, about it. All the mods named Paul Daniels. Okay, food is on its way. And what do you know? Another MacBook. Let's fix this next MacBook. See what's wrong with this next MacBook. This is another MacBook where the name and the address and the phone number is written on the bottom. So I cannot show you while I'm opening it. Let's see, when would the 600,000 in the 1 million subscriber thing occur? According to the internet. I love these estimated earning things. Like, I love this right over here. You make anywhere between less than somebody who works at McDonald's and more money than a Silicon Valley programmer. Like, this thing is so retarded. But so let's check out where is the thing where it future projections. Looking good, Lewis. Are you feeling better? I haven't checked on the channel in a few days. I am starting to feel better. Getting there. Getting over all the colds. So this says 1 million subscribers should be coming in July. All right, so this would be a summer thing. That's not bad, because if it happens in the summertime, that means that it'll be nice and warm outside, so it'll be easier to arrange things. You know, I'm not going to be standing outside freezing while I'm fixing stuff. Yeah, so it looks like July would be the date. Okay, here we have another MacBook. This also appears to be a MacBook that's having backlight problems. So first thing I'm going to do, unplug my battery, get the SSD out of there, because I don't want it to boot into an operating system, because then the light will turn off after a certain period of time. That's 1.1 million. 1 million will happen in May. You never know. Things could slow down. Okay, let's open this mofo up. There's no chime. All right. First thing to do here is see if we're getting any voltage on the screen's image circuit itself. So I'm expecting 5 volts to go to the screen to turn it on. And we're getting that. And the next thing we're going to do is check the screen backlight voltage. And backlight voltage appears to be 0. So backlight voltage being 0 is no good. So first thing to do here, turn it off real quick and see if there's a short to ground on backlight output. And there is, 88 ohms. Glad you like my idea. I would love to come up for it. So when we unplug the screen cable, we still get 89 ohms. So there is a short to ground on backlight output, and the short is independent of the screen cable. So the reason I unplug this is because, remember, the backlight voltage is going to go from the motherboard through the screen cable to the screen itself. So the short circuit could be anywhere in the screen cable, the motherboard, or the screen. So by unplugging this, I'm isolating it to ensure that the short circuit is on the board. And it is, because when I unplug that, 84 ohms. Hello, Rossman from overseas Finland. I don't have any MacBooks, but a Lenovo and a Mac Mini and also Fujitsu. Cool to watch the live. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So see here, I have 84 ohms on backlight output, and that's even once I've unplugged the screen. So I have taken both the screen cable and the screen itself out of the equation and ensured that the problem is with the board. So now we're going to take the board out of the case and try to figure out why it is we have 88 ohms to ground, which is what would be causing us to have no backlight. Kitty cat. Do you do any cooking for yourself? Not a lot, since I'm usually at work. And then when I'm not at work, I'm also at work. I'm just always at work, all the time. When I get home to go to sleep. Okay, so we're going to be looking for something along the backlight rail that's shorting our backlight rail to ground. Let's see what we can find as we look over this MacBook. This is the LCD connector. Looks fine. These are the capacitors. Notice how 2 of those capacitors have solder balls next to them. Solder ball. Solder ball. Solder ball. Solder ball. Solder ball. That's a bit of a hint as to what it is that could be shorted. Here's something to help you with your next meal. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you. I don't know if I'm much of a good role model, but I appreciate that. Now we're going to take a look at the underside of this MacBook, and we have more caps. But these ones don't have solder balls next to them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove those capacitors that had solder balls next to them, because they are the ones that have given me the best hint that something may be wrong. We're going to turn on our HAKKO fume extractor over here. Use the quick hot air station available at store.rossmangroup.com on sale at a low, low price, which I hope you buy since we've got over 100 of them in the basement. Thank you, Brendan. Let's see if we still have a low resistance to ground. Where did you get your microscope? Well, you can check the links in the description of this video below, and you can find a microscope just like mine. It appears removing those caps has resulted in a much higher resistance to ground. Kiloohms. Instead of 88 ohms, we're up to 100,000 ohms and rising, meaning that that was most likely the problem with this MacBook, was a short circuit to ground as a result of a capacitor that had gone bad. Now, we were able to tell which capacitor went bad without running any voltage or even using a thermal camera by simply using our eyes, our microscope, and our hints. And if you want a microscope like mine, don't delay. Check out the affiliate links that you'll find down below to get a microscope just like mine today. Everyday low prices, free shipping via Amazon Prime, high quality microscopes. And we were able to see with that microscope that there was a solder ball next to a cap. You're a terrible role model. We all love you. Thank you. Okay. Now let's grab some new capacitors to put there. And by new, I mean capacitors from a high-quality donor board. Certified pre-owned. They were certified by me to be high quality. Beautiful, lovely caps. And put them on this board. You need this copper wick. I probably could have got away without using it, but I felt like it in that instance. Just in case Jessa was watching. Those capacitors are a little crooked, but almost everything I've ever soldered is a little crooked. Almost every painting or mirror I've hung on a wall is a little crooked. And that's okay. That's okay. You find yourself a girlfriend that don't mind if you put the capacitors on crooked or if you hang the mirror on the wall a little crooked, because that's just you. That's who you are. And it's okay. Happy New Year and best wishes to you and your viewers. Thank you. This is still going to work even though it's a little crooked. Ain't nobody going to care that it's a little crooked. So now, we're going to see if this works with the screen inside this MacBook. I have an adorable kitty cat. Its name is Mr. Clinton. Mr. Clinton loves me. By the way, how is the sound working here, everybody? If you didn't notice, I got myself a replacement to that DPA microphone that died. This is the DPA 4066. I kind of like this thing. Isn't it sexy? Isn't it beautiful? My DPA 4066 finally died the other day. So I got this thing. I got this microphone to replace it. I like my DPA. No more Captain Tape on the microphone. I'm a big fanboy for DPA microphones here. I'm not a fanboy of much in life, but I do like DPA. It's one of my favorites. It says unfair to BlackBerry. Whoops. I love little BlackBerry. It's just I give her way too much attention, especially on Instagram. On Instagram, it's just pictures of BlackBerry. Happy New Year's. Thank you, Benny. Had an influx of new subs to YouTube. What are your tips to make good content and not make a fool of yourself on stream? I always make a fool of myself on stream, but my tip is just roll with it and not care. I screw things up, I fix them. And I think that's what makes this stream unique, is I don't try to make myself seem smarter than I am. If I screw something up, I fix it. It's just that. And if something occurs that is unfixable for whatever reason, I explain why it is that I think that it's unfixable. I don't try to hide it. And I think people appreciate that level of honesty. Now, the thing is, there are people who are going to, let's say I do a funny stream every now and then, like me working on my Samsung S7, which I've never opened before. So I took my sweet time and rebuilding my PC. There are a lot of people that genuinely, like, they jerk off to watch. They take their fly, they put it down, and they just wipe a big load up for themselves over realizing that somebody on the screen did something a little bit slower or worse than them, and just they can suck a dick. Just like just fuck all those people. Who cares if they exist? You're probably going to have that on your channel too, and I have it every now and then. That's what hide user and report spams for. But yeah, Tim, I'm confident you'll be able to make an excellent channel. Okay, so let's see if we have a light on this MacBook. And we do! Look at that! Look at that! A backlight! So those caps were shorting my backlight circuit to ground, and after replacing them, it works. Now, why did this fault happen in the first place? My best guess is going to be somebody replaced the screen, and the MacBook got mad at them for replacing the screen. So as can be seen here, this screen has fresh adhesive on its webcam wire. See this? Fresh adhesive on the webcam wire. So this means that somebody most likely replaced their screen before, and so they replaced the screen, and then rather than the fuse blowing, the backlight caps exploded. Why? Because it's a Mac. That's why. It's a Mac. It's a Mac. It's a Mac. That's why. It's a Mac. With that, we're going to move on to the next MacBook. These MacBooks both thought differently. That's what happens to MacBooks that think differently. Legit honesty there, people will be out there who have such a poor self-status that they blow their loads over any imperfection you have. Yeah, that's the thing that was killing me with the video of me building a computer. You know what? You win. You win. I suck at building PCs. I'd never build PCs, and I probably could do that much faster and better. You know what, though? If I had to choose between a skill set, if I had to choose, what would I rather be good at? Business, component level board repair, and management, or building PCs? I'm pretty sure I have the skill set that I want. It's like but I feel bad for the people that watch that and are like, he screwed the power supply in too slow. Wow, I screw power supplies in faster than Lewis. Like, that's a sad effing life. Speaking of sad lives, that's what I'd be if I didn't get my food. But it seems like my food is here. Hello? Ah, be right there. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh boy, my food is here. I'm gonna get food. I got fan spin, I got backlights, and I got food. Really all it takes to make me happy. I don't need much. I really don't need much. Fan spin, backlight, food. Do that. And I'm a happy dude. Food? Fuck, it's freezing. Thanks. Food, backlight, and fan spin. That's all it takes. Oh. Food spin. Food! Yay! Where's my water? Where'd my water bottle go? What is that? Happy New Year's from Denmark. Seen your recent video, love it. Thank you. You wouldn't happen to know where my water is, would you? Yeah, this office is like, where's Waldo? Can't find anything in this clusterfuck. Maybe I left my water bottle up here. Oh no. Grip water bottle. Aha! Water bottle. Love water bottle. Much water bottle. RAID controller needs battery. Will you change it? RAID controllers use batteries? I have never messed with a RAID controller before. I guess I could try, if you don't mind me screwing it up. Do you pay much for donor boards? I used to pay very little, and like 12 to 14 bucks, and now that it's gotten more popular as an industry, now I get owned and pay way too much for donor boards. Like way too much. Need an in-house chef? I'd apply. I wouldn't say no to an in-house chef, I just don't think we're there yet. Classy chips. Fix your mic. No. My mic is not broken. Spicy. Veggie burger and some empanadas. It's a black bean burger. Chillax. If it was a Marine, I can cook with a clothes iron and a canteen cup. Paul was a Marine too. You two probably have a lot of stories to tell each other. Sure. Paul was also in the Marine Corps. Was it a good deal? There's no such thing as a good deal in New York.
Help you. iPhone 4. Where is the iPhone 4? I need an iPhone 4.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but we are currently sold out. However, we did finally get some more HTC Evos in.
What? What is that? Is it an iPhone?
No, it is that 4G phone on Sprint.
If it's not an iPhone, why would I want it?
Well, it's similar to an iPhone, but has a bigger screen.
I don't care.
The internet speeds are around 3 times faster.
I don't care.
It has a higher resolution camera on both the front and the back.
I don't care.
And it doesn't require you to be on Wi-Fi to use video chat.
I don't care.
Its battery is replaceable, as is the memory card.
I don't care.
It is highly customizable, everything from the widgets to the icons, the fonts, and even has video wallpaper.
I don't care.
The monthly bill is cheaper.
I don't care.
It fucking prints money.
I don't care.
It can grant up to 3 wishes, even if one of those wishes is for an iPhone.
I don't care.
It has an app that will build you an island, and then it fucking transforms into a jet and flies you there.
I don't care.
And it's motherfucking indestructible.
I don't care about any of that.
Okay, fine, then what the hell entices you about the iPhone 4, if you don't mind me asking?
It is an iPhone.
You do realize that doesn't mean anything, it's a brand. They could put out a fucking brick and call it an iPhone if they wanted to.
Yes. But it's the best phone.
Can you explain how?
I can download apps to it.
Big fucking deal. My 8-year-old niece's shitty Boost mobile phone has apps in it.
It's 3G. And has the Wi-Fi's.
What the fuck? Do you even know what that means?
It can.
Listen, I'm out of the goddamn iPhone anyway. I guess if you're fine using AT&T's shitty-ass network, and don't mind paying out the ass for the plan and the phone, and also don't mind having a brand new phone that's already behind the curve, then I can put you on our reservation list.
No, I'll just try somewhere else. I have to have it today.
Are you serious? Not only are you so batshit stupid that you still want this device, you are also so retarded that you think you can just fucking waltz into any store and purchase one on launch day without a pre-order?
Yes.
I think I need to go chop off my own dick now. Yes. I think I will. I don't need my children growing up in a world populated by dipshits like you.
I need an iPhone 4.
Holy fuck, if you don't leave I'm going to fucking go find one for you, and shove it so far up your ass.
I want the one with the bigger GBs.
Oh god. I think I just had an aneurysm. I'm dying. Are you happy? Your fucking stupidity has killed me. Now my goddamn cat is homeless. I'm no longer alive. I'm dead.
I need the white one. Hello. I need one now please. Can you waive the activation fee? Does it come with a case? I also need you to hook up my Bluetooth to it. Hello? Hello? Fuck it, I'll go somewhere else. My sister said Walgreens has them. Goodbye.
Hello. Welcome to Future Shit. Do you need a hand buying a laptop today?
Yes. I would like to buy a Google.
What do you want to buy?
A Google. I want to buy a new Google.
I'm sorry. But Google is worth fucking $23 billion. Unless you have that up your ass you can't buy Google.
I don't want to spend that much for Google. Why does it cost so much for a Google?
I think you want to buy a laptop?
Yes. Laptop. I want to buy a laptop so I can access the Google.
Oh my god. Well, we have plenty of laptops here. How much are you looking to spend for a laptop?
I have a $25 gift card. Plus $200 cash. This is how much I want to spend.
Well, the cheapest laptop we have is...
Wait, is that a Google?
You are seriously that stupid? Google is a fucking website. Not a fucking computer.
I want one that has a dedicated graphics card. My computer guy said I needed it to play my Farmville.
Your computer guy thought you could get a laptop for $225 and it has a dedicated graphics card? Is your computer guy fucking stupid?
Don't call my grandson stupid. He is amazing at fixing Googles.
Anyways, we have this Acer laptop here for $399. This is the cheapest laptop we have right now, and it is on sale.
That is not to 25. I only can spend this much. Can you bring the price down and throw in a mouse? I hate that stupid trackpad thing. I can't harvest my crops well.
You want me to lower the price $175 plus throw in a $40 mouse? You are seriously a moron. You might want to apply for our financing card.
Okay, let's do that. Here is my info for the application.
Okay, thanks. Oh my god. You got approved for a $10,000 card and you only have $200 cash? You cheap bastard.
Okay, cool. Can we hurry up and buy this laptop?
Yes, sorry. Since you got approved for a financing card, you can now afford our performance plan. The performance plan will protect you for up to 3 years. So if anything happens, except for physical or water damage, we can fix it for you at no additional cost.
No, I don't want that. My grandson can't fix anything. I want to buy the computer that is named after a fruit.
So, you want to buy a Mac?
What kind of fruit is a Mac?
Mac. Macintosh. Apple. An apple is a fucking fruit.
I don't want to buy a fruit. I want to buy a computer.
Oh my god. Let me go grab you a computer that I feel will be good for you and your intelligence. I will be right back.
Okay, cool. I also want an iPhone 4.
Don't even get me started with that shit. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Here is your Mac computer. The total with the 4-year performance plan and a mouse is $1,700. It has been charged to your financing card.
Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4.
Get the fuck out of my store. We are closed.
It's noon. There is no way you are closed.
I don't care. I need to go home and rest after your stupid tea caused me to go insane. Goodbye. Water damage. We can fix it for you at that shit. Is your Mac computer. The total with the 4-year performance plan and a mouse is $1,700. It has been charged to your financing card.
Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4.
Get the fuck out of my store. We are closed.
It's noon. There is no way you are closed.
I don't care. I need to go home and rest after your stupid tea and charged to your financing card.
Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4.
And charged to your financing card.
Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4.
Sing card.
Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4. Where is my iPhone 4? 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 I want an iPhone 4. Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4. Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4. Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4.
I love that video. I love that video. Where is my iPhone 4? Okay. I thought I washed my face after I ate, and I missed a spot. Where is my iPhone 4? Where is my iPhone 4? Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4. Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4. iPhone 4. iPhone 4. I hope somebody walks into Nasera's store tomorrow and asks where their iPhone 4 is. I wish I knew the name of it. I would find somebody to walk into that store if I knew the name of it. And walk up to her and say, where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4. Welcome to future shit. Next MacBook. This MacBook appears to be having an issue with the screen. I pushed this foot so hard and there was still a broken piece from the original one still inside. It seemed like it must have damaged the display connector because the display would not work after that. Now, that's a little confusing because the display connector is over here. This foot is by the hard drive. So I'm assuming that he put the note here when he meant to put it here. Oh yeah, we're ready to fix another MacBook. Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4. Where is my iPhone 4? I want an iPhone 4. Where is my iPhone 4? Where is my iPhone 4? I don't want an iPhone. By the way, how is getting your repair franchise started going? I saw that you got tools. I saw that you're keeping notes. What the fuck is this? Okay. What's wrong with this MacBook? What's the first thing that's wrong with this MacBook? The fuck is this? The hell is that? Did this go to a bomb or something? Why is there a yellow wire inside this MacBook? Wait, that's not a wire. That's a fucking paperclip. What? Have show your video with the interview from the news, Lewis, to 5 different customers in Denmark. Thank you. Love. Ew. Gross. A 5400 RPM spinning hard drive. Okay. So there is no screws on the hard drive. So to keep it in place so it wouldn't move, they shoved a paper clip in here. The fuck? You can buy the screws on eBay for $4. So, the first thing is they complained about image. An image circuit is going to be up here. So the drive is unplugged. Let's see what happens when we turn it on. Do we get a screen? Do we get no backlight? Do we get a backlight but no image? What's going on with you? Little MacBook? Who hurt you? So I don't see a backlight. The first thing we're going to do is check and see if we have an image. I'm going to unplug the sleep sensor so that I have the luxury of working on this while closed. Typically, if I close the machine, I won't be able to work on it because if I close it, it's going to think that it's supposed to turn off the screen. So by unplugging our sleep sensor, we get around that problem. Media Market. Europe's #1 consumer electronics retailer. Media Market. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a schematic for the 820-2936 board. Unfortunately, Paul Daniels' software is not opening the schematic like it's supposed to. Why does Paul Daniels' software never work right? Why? 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 Just once I'd like to open Paul Daniels' software and have it work as expected. I would kill for software that actually worked. Okay. First thing to do is go over to the screen connector area. Now in the screen connector area, there's going to be a couple of voltages that we need. The first voltage is going to be 4 volts, 3.3 volts on pin 4. Pin 4 is the first power rail required for the screen. So on these older LVDS-based MacBooks, there's 3 power rails that we need. The first is the DDC circuit power line. The DDC circuit is the circuit where the screen is going to identify itself to the computer. Ow, that was loud. Look forward to them and learn something new every time. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So we have 3 power lines. The first is the DDC circuit. The DDC circuit is where the screen is going to identify itself to the computer. Hi, I'm 60 Hertz. I'm 1280 by 800, even though you're selling me in 2016 for $1,000 because I'm Apple. I am this screen, this protocol, this refresh rate, this model, this EDI decode, and so whatever the hell it is. It's going to talk on the DDC line. After that, you have the image line. That's going to be where the screen is getting power to create an image. The third power line is going to be the backlight line, which is what allows you to see everything on the screen with a nice, pretty backlight. So, if we go to the schematic over here, the first thing we need is DDC, and that's going to be on pin 4. And let's see what we get there. With any luck, the Paul Daniels multimeter software works better than the Paul Daniels normal software. But we shouldn't get too excited yet. This is Paul Daniels software, after all. Now, we're going to check on pin 4. Let's get the microscope in focus here. Much focus. And we have 3 volts. Oh wait, you can't see that there's 3 volts because even though my multimeter says 3.3 volts, the Paul Daniels software is stuck in resistance mode. Let's close the Paul Daniels software and reopen the Paul Daniels software and hope that it works this time. But you never know. It is the Paul Daniels software. Now. Okay, so we get 3.3 volts on the DDC circuit. Next up is image circuit on pins 2 and 3. What do we get? We get nothing. Nothing. Now, this chip over here is going to send 3.3 volts to the screen if the computer sees a screen. And it's not even getting its enable. So, over here, U9000, when LCD internal graphics power enable is present, it's going to allow PP3B3S5 to flow through to the LCD and have it turn on. But that's not happening here. Let's take a look at what this display cable looks like. The display cable looks like it's in good condition. Now, if we look over to the side on this board, you'll see that we have our friend liquid damage. Much gross. And food. Ew. Food. The board is going to work better when there's not food on it. To be clear, we are all kidding about Paul Daniels' software. It never works right because I never use it properly. I just like blaming Paul Daniels for fun. Whatever happened to Future Shop in Canada? I'll have to ask this several times, but I was wondering what power supply you're using. I'm using the power supply that is linked in my video description below. Someone please ban Hi the Trader from chat. What's wrong with your 3330, Paul? Look, there's a hi. Flashes up white, then crashes. Sounds like Paul Daniels needs a Zalmo. Paul Daniels, you need a Zalmo. Somebody get Paul a Zalmo. The other side of this board looks normal. Doesn't look like the liquid got to anything important. I don't think I have a test screen for this MacBook. It's so old, actually. I think I finally ran out of A1278 cables and screens. I don't really want to walk and try to find the screen and cable because it's actually very cold on the other part of the store. But I should fix another MacBook. I don't want to get up and get a test screen. I suppose I should get up and find a screen. I should probably get up now. I suppose I should get up. Ah, fine. Damn, it's cold in here. Shit. It is freezing in here. It is colder in this room than it is inside Nasera's frozen heart when she tells her customers that she does not have an iPhone 4 for them. I can only imagine that she just sits there every day, just so increasingly excited to tell the next person that comes in, no, I don't have your iPhone 4, and I never will. Now get the fuck out of my store. What a heartless woman. As Kanye West would say. Okay. So it seems I don't... I'd have to really dig hard to find a test screen for this MacBook. I don't want to dig. It's fucking freezing in here. That machine can wait for tomorrow. Yeah, screw that. Screw this machine. I don't want to find an A1278. Steve will probably find one of these for me. Time to leave a note. What else do we have? What other little MacBooks do we have? What's the best entry-level, low-cost hot air station? Well, there's a chance that I might be slightly biased here, but if I were looking for the best entry-level hot air station at a fair price that was reasonably well-powered and accurate, I would go with the Quick 861DW, available on store.rossmangroup.com. Don't delay. Buy today. Free shipping within the continental United States for any order over $30. Free same-day shipping. And we even have 220-volt versions. Don't delay. Buy the hot air station used by the pros at rossmangroup.com today. What's next? Somebody kill Hi-Hi. Somebody has to ban Hi-Hi. All right, we're going to grab the next MacBook. The next MacBook. The next MacBook. Let's grab the next MacBook, shall we? And we're going to do what we would do with MacBooks and fix them. Dear God, it's cold out here. This room is... Uh-oh. Good night, Sarah. Do not kill me if I update the store images. You know, I could use somebody who would do that for me, but somebody who's not a traitor. Why don't you have heating in the store? I don't have heating in the store because of these people. Let me show you. Here is why there is no heat in the store. I have no heat in the store because this entire building has no gas. Now, since there's no gas, after a few weeks of complaining, they politely dropped off some space heaters. But space heaters use up electricity, which I pay for, not building. The hub team. I kind of miss when my building had a 98-year-old Korean landlord. That guy may not have been the best landlord, but it was always warm when he was the landlord. It was nice and warm when he was the landlord. But now it's cold and expensive. We care about our communities and our residents. We own our buildings. That's why we take great pride in the neighbor hubs that we create. We focus on relationship-driven customer service. Our residents effectively described us as the unlandlord. The unlandlord. Unlandlord. That's one way to put it. Next MacBook. The unlandlord who provides unheat. I mean, reasonably speaking, I can't expect them to care too much. Like, think about it. You buy a building, and you're stuck with a tenant that has a lease until 2023 where he's paying $4,700 a month. Like, would you want to give me heat? Like, let's be honest here. You buy a building in New York City. You pay top dollar for this building, only to find out that the store tenant, the main retail space, is only paying $4,700 a month for the space. Now, granted, they may have increased the property value of the space. They may have made it look nice. They may have gotten rid of that broken piece of plexiglass in the window that was being held up by a piece of wood when he moved in, but still, you wouldn't want to give me heat. It doesn't make sense to give me heat. As my old landlord from 2011 used to say, if I make this place any nicer, you couldn't afford it. I think you're a great human. Oh, you haven't known me very well. And I've spent a tad too much time on your videos. Here's a small token of my appreciation. Thank you. I appreciate that, even if I don't know if I can necessarily agree with it. Okay. When I moved into this place, this shit was worth practically zero. But it's gotten better. Like, when I first moved here, I remember the window in the front was kind of cracked and caved in, and it wasn't being held up by some frame. It was being held up by these blocks of wood that somebody put and sandwiched between one of the rods for the building, one of those support beams, and a bunch of blocks of wood. And then that was holding the window up. And the floor was doing this, and if you jumped, you would see dust coming off of the walls and the ceilings and all that. Like, there's a reason that this cost what it did. Because when I moved here, there was no way in hell, without months of work, that you could have ever had a customer walk in. Like, it was unseemly. Like, as shitty as this place looks right now, as disgusting as this whole place looks, this is like Marriott hotel level compared to what we moved here. How is Hi a traitor? He was supposed to have a job here. Okay. Next MacBook. This MacBook does not appear to be turning on properly. We were asked to replace the charging port since it wouldn't charge. That was what we were asked to do. So we replaced the charge port, and this MacBook, unfortunately, still would not charge because, surprise, surprise, on a MacBook, it's almost never the charge port. Now, we're going to take the heatsink off of this little A1425 MacBook, one of Tim's favorites, and take a look at what the board looks like. MacBook. Replace the charge port, they say. Replace the charge port. All right. Let's take a look at this MacBook. MacBook. Pretty MacBook. Look at how beautiful this MacBook is. Now, what's this circuit that has all this gunk on it? This is the PP3V42 circuit. The PP3V42 circuit is the circuit that's required to create PP3V42. PP3V42 is the circuit that powers the one-wire circuit, which allows the charger to talk to the SMC. It also powers the SMC. Without PP3V42, nothing will work properly. And when your PP3V42 circuit looks like this, you can imagine, and you can bet your ass, that the issue with the board is not a charge port, but rather a motherboard. If we look over here, this is what the PP3V42 circuit looks like. It takes either the voltage from your battery, which is going to be 12.6 volts. Ignore this part where they say 18 volts. The Apple engineer who wrote this was high. Or the DCN board, the charger, for 18 volts, and it turns that voltage into 3.42 volts for your board. But when that circuit looks like this, it's not going to work properly. Now, how do we usually fix issues with a MacBook that looks like this? That's copious amounts of flux. Oh yeah. That's right. Spread some NC559 V2TF all over that board. That's how I like it. Now, we're going to use some hot air and try and reflow the solder in that area. MacBook. Dirty MacBook. Talk dirty to me, MacBook. Oh, yeah. MacBook. Dirty MacBooks. This area has seen better days. This is likely to have a sensor failure if we don't flux and reflow this stuff. We're adding a little bit of flux. Just a little. Not too much. And we're heating it. Beautiful MacBook. Wait till you see all the fan spin we get on this MacBook. Dirty MacBook. As can be seen, we're still not getting a light on the charger. Now, most likely, the input to our PP3V42 circuit is going to be blown as well. I almost forgot about it because on this dumb Apple board, even though the input, let's just get this on the screen over here. On this Apple board, which was designed by geniuses, even though PP3V42 chip is here, an input is right over here next to it. They laid it out on the motherboard so that PP3V42 chip is here and input is all the way on the other side of the damn board. Think different. And these don't look very nice. They actually don't look very nice at all. They look a little beat up. Much destroyed. So we're going to add a little bit of Amtech NC559 V2TF flux. Yes. and remove those resistors from the board and replace them with working ones. Those resistors are where the input voltage is coming in to the PP3V42 circuit. Get off of my board. Get off right now. You get up and off my board right now. That's right. And as you can see, this other one is coming off in pieces. It's most likely the one for the DC inside. MacBook. Why you low, TCRS? Dirty MacBook. Still no fan spin. And no light. What does the execrable Paul Daniels software say? Let's see. 18 volts comes in. It does its way to the Pepe 3V42 circuit. Makes its way up there. 3.42 volts is present. Or is it? Yep, that's 3.42 volts, all right. 3.3 is close enough. So why don't we have a green light on our charger? Alright. What is PP-Bus G3 hot? Is PP-Bus G3 hot 12.5 or 12.2? 12.6. Huh, so we might actually have a bad charging port here after all. Let's see, do we fix the charge port at component level? This isn't the nicest looking charge port. No shorted capacitor. Let's check out our one-wire circuit. Check out U6900. Up it's 5 and 4, I should have 3.3 volts respectively for the adapter sense line. If I get more, that means that the DCN board is passing. It means that the DCN board is passing the 18 volts from the power line to my data line, which would where the charger talks to the SMC, and that would be no good. So let's check that. First, I got flux in my glove, so let me just clean that off, so I don't get flux in everything I touch. .16 volts on adapter sense, so that is indeed a bad DCN board. So my DCN board for some reason is sending 16 volts to adapter sense. Now, I don't know if I have another one of these DCN boards. I really don't. I wonder if I can fix this DCN board at component level. Yeah, that's how you know your DCN board is bad, by the way. So the whole idea behind the MagSafe circuit, the whole idea behind this, not the MagSafe circuit, the one-wire circuit, is adapter sense is going to be a 3-volt data line that's going to allow the charger to communicate with the SMC on sys1 wire. So if we click on sys1 wire here, you'll see that sys1 wire goes over to the system management controller chip all the way over there, which is like the brain of the system. Now, that's supposed to be a 3-volt data line. Now, if the DCN board gets messed up, it's going to send the 18 volts from the charger to the adapter sense line, and that's really, really bad, because then you send 16 volts to the SMC and blow it up. So U6900 is there to say, no, 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 no. We're not sending more than 3 volts to the SMC, GTFO. So the DCN board is not communicating with the SMC because adapter sense is still... Yeah. Look, because adapter sense, if we click and measure it right over here, is 16 volts. So the customer was half right. They were half right, I'll give them that. That the charging port is indeed bad, because the charging port is passing 15 volts through, which is no good. However, the 3.42 volt circuit was also destroyed. Also, Daniel, where's... I have to buy a CPU from you. Are you back? Where are you, Daniel? I have to give you money for a CPU. That CPU is the last thing I'm waiting for before I have a computer at home now. I got every other part to that system. Right now I actually have no home computer since the keyboard on my ThinkPad died. Kitty destroyed it. Now the big problem here is I don't actually think I have another A1425 DCN board, because this is really old junk. So let's see if I can reverse engineer a little bit of how this DCN board works. So I think the middle pin is adapter sense. So does middle pin go to here? No, that's 5 kilo ohms. Does middle pin go here? It does. Say hi to my wife, Pesha. She loves your channel. Hi, Pesha. How are you? I hope you're enjoying watching, and I hope you fix some motherboards. Thank you to Javier and Pesha. Daniel, when can I buy the CPU from you? I have a CPU. I'm excited about having a home computer again. Daniel disappeared. Never getting that CPU. Much sadness. Maybe we'll replace this thing? I can't believe I'm fixing a DCN board. How ghetto is this? No CPU for Lewis. Daniel, when do you come back? I want a status update. I want to be a customer. Okay. So what I need, I think I need another one of those little three-way diodes. Where the hell do I find that thing? I'm actually looking on the floor right now for DCN boards. I'm actually searching the floor for a DCN board. How times have... Oh man, this is sad. Maybe there's some in the e-waste bin or something? If... Here we go, bada bing. I'll take it off of this piece of shit. God bless you, Daniel. Thank you. Okay, so this goes here. Yes, I'm fixing a DC inboard. Don't judge me. I don't have A1425 parts. All right. Now the mighty have fallen. And there we have fixed the DC inboard. We're getting a light on the charger. No fan spin just yet. Wait, why no fan spin? Ahem. Really? No fan spin? Alright, we fixed the DC inboard though. PP bus is 12.5 volts. We have a PP bus. We have corrosion around whatever the hell this thing is. But oh man, that is a kick in the dick. All that work to get a green light, and this shit is still dead. Fuck you. Wow. Alright, we'll come back to this later. I can't believe I fixed a DC inboard for this. At component level. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. It's dead. Alright, we'll have to come back to this later. We'll come back to this board later. Table flip.